Okay. Welcome back to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Abomination Vaults. Last time we met our new crew, led still by Wibble, who has experienced many horrific things down here. But the new crew seems capable enough. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. But they seem capable enough. So let us just continue. No need to fuss about it. I guess we'll go through this door on the left. Hacks, I don't know if he can open it. Probably not. Lanterns hanging from the ceiling shine bright circles of light over 3 stone tables topped with metal slabs. A single lightweight chain dangles near each table. The remnants of a dead Morlock lies on one slab. Dried splatters of blood cover the walls, floor, and ceiling. The 3 lights in this room are magical. They illuminate the tables with bright light, but provide only dim light to the rest of the room. The metal slabs at the top of each table have hinges on the sides. A tug on the hanging pull chain causes the table's hinge slabs to fold them down, then back up, dumping anything on the table into a 40-foot deep shaft to area FO6. Jafaki previously used this chamber for flesh warping trials, dumping failed experiments and waste from his surgeries into the pits for the oozes below to devour. He eventually deemed this location too inconvenient and virtually never uses it anymore. The last time Jafaki came here, he abandoned a Morlock whose arms and legs he had amputated and disposed of. The creature died in agony, and its spirit arose as a specter. The specter wants only to inflict its interminable agony upon others, and it still harbors a visceral fear of the operating tables. The bright light shining on the table activates its sunlight powerlessness. Okay. Unless this is an invisible sort of thing. No. Does have a 30-foot aura. You have to roll when you first enter it. And that's kind of it, I suppose. Okay, let's do it. It's a moderate encounter for our group. Spectre is going first. They rolled a 20? No, who rolled a 20? Well, Plishy rolled a 20, still not going first. It's actually going fourth based on this. Abysmal. Alright, so the Spectre is gonna go. It's got a fly speed of 40. It's got a melee. Okay, yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I believe everybody's pretty much going to have to roll this. I mean, maybe not Wibble, but Wibble's going to have to roll it anyways. So let's just do it. I see a 2 and 2 20s. That's pretty good. Okay, a couple critical success, 3 critical successes and 2 failures. Okay. The critical success is nothing whatsoever, all good. But the failures are frightened too, so that's hacks, not a big deal. And wibble, bit more of a big deal, but not really. Also, the encounter began, by the way. So that was one action. Then it could do spectral corruption. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't do this. Because that, if he fails, if he hits and then Lurian fails the save, he becomes controlled by the Spectre for 1 turn. If he critically fails, which that would be pretty bad, he's continued to be controlled until he makes the will save at the end of each of his turns. Okay, so let's just hope he misses. Of course he didn't miss. Damn. We just had plus 1 more AC. But I don't think there's anything we can do about that. So we will block. Yeah, okay. So Spectre gains 5 temporary hit points, and Lurian has to make this DC 24 will save. Nope. Critical failure. Of course. Oh, boy. So he's controlled. Which pretty much, yeah, I mean, he's an active combatant against us. But he gets the will save at the end of each turn. On a success, he just becomes stupefied 2 for an hour. Okay, well, that's certainly worked out for the Spectre. So now Lurian is here. He's not confused. He's controlled by the Spectre, but the Spectre is not very intelligent either. So I don't know how intelligent we would make these decisions. I guess he'd try and just kill hacks. Nine damage. Another hit. Bit more there, 16 damage. And another hit. Wow. 4 hacks. Nearly dead there. Okay. Malik doesn't like that, but he's not going to shoot Lurian. We have to kill the Spectre. So he's going to mark him as his prey. He's going to shoot and miss. I guess I'll try and shoot again. There's a hit. Not a great one. 12 damage. Awesome. Okay, Plishy. Save us from this hell. We do have fear. We have stupefy, but he doesn't have spells. We could summon a Fae, but that's not really a big deal. And I can't really get in there much with dizzying colors. So maybe we just do Force Barrage. 3 actions. Yeah, it's something. Let's do it. I'm gonna roll this thrice. Alright. That is 12 damage. Not much. Wibble. Oh, wait. Lurian had a will save at the end of his turn there. So he's going to roll that. Failed. Okay. Wibble's going to move back and target the Spectre. Devise the best stratagem we've ever had in our life. Zoom in on that 14. Frighten 2, though. Is that going to... That still should work, though. There you go. 9 damage. Jesus. Minus 10. What? Why is it minus 10? Because he has a non-magical weapon? Because he's shooting non-magical bullets. His gun doesn't matter. Fuck. That seems like a big problem. But Malik didn't have that problem. With his bow and normal arrows. So I don't know. His says magical on it. My gun does not say... No, my gun says magical. What the fuck? Okay, clearly something is wrong. I know Malik's has the ghost touch. So, I understand Wibble doing 5 less damage, but 10 less, I don't really agree with. Oh, he's immune to precision damage. Right, I forgot. Okay, the Spectre. Does he have like a limit of how many brawls he can have? I don't think so. So I guess he would like move here. Target Plishy. And use another Spectral Corruption attack. I mean, of course it's a crit, although he actually rolled a 20. 26 damage to Plishy. He gains 5 temporary hit points. And then Plishy has to roll a DC 24 will save. Also failing. So he's controlled for 1 round. Okay, Lurian is still controlled. So I guess he's going to try to kill Axe. And yeah, of course he's going to succeed. Okay, then he's going to 5-foot step here and target Malig with this attack. Missing. Okay, and now he gets another will save. Crit. Okay. So he's stupefied. It's Malig's turn. Malig will move. Target the Spectre. Fire. And hit. Or not a whole lot. 7 damage. He could shoot again. He doesn't really have much else to do. So I suppose. Miss. Okay, Plishy. So Plishy, yeah. Again, I don't know how smart you'd really play this. But I could see him using dizzying colors in this arrangement. Okay. So Lurian is dazzled for one round. Then he has a third action. I guess he just like hit the Wibble with his big stick and miss. Okay, Wibble is going to he moved, he devised, he fired. So he's unloaded right now, so I guess he'll move, devise. No, he can't. He'll have to devise, reload, and then, well, he'll devise first. Then we can kind of decide. Okay, so he's not hitting shit. So then he'll move and reload. So this thing is... doesn't really say that you can't just keep spamming Spectral Corruption. But it does seem kind of cheap. So he'll just lay into Lurian now, who broke out of his brawl. Miss. Rolled a 5. Hit. 21 damage to Lurian. And for one more shot, critical miss. Okay, Lurian is dazzled. So all creatures and objects are concealed to him. He's going to attempt a Vitality Lash, though, so he's got to succeed 5 or higher. Good. Vitality Lash. Seven damage, and then he'll raise his shield. It's not very impressive. Plishy is also no longer controlled. Malig will just fire and miss, and he'll fire and miss, and for the fuck of it, he will fire and miss. Awesome. Okay, Plishy, you have to have some kick-ass spell. See, Soothe is specifically not a Vitality spell. It works differently. We don't have a living creature. We could Dazzle the Spectre. We don't have much, to be honest. I guess I'll move and then use Needle Darts. Silver. Yeah. Missing on a 12 is not good. Wibble will devise an awesome stratagem. Crits. Very good, Wibble. Very good. Now, again, I don't have that sweet little bullet that would help out. There isn't much extra I can add on to this. It's just a nice crit. Yeah, so hopefully he rolls well, because there's no precision damage. He did not roll well from the looks of it. No, most of that was precision damage. He rolled a 1 and a 2 on the 2d8. 6 damage crit is, oh boy. That really just makes your balls shrivel up, man. That is, that is not great. I mean, honestly, he probably still thinks Lurian's the biggest threat. Maleg missed 3 times. Flishy missed. And Wibble did 6 damage, whereas Lurian did 7. So he probably still thinks Lurian's the biggest threat. I don't know if he would... Block. That shield's almost got to be... It's almost gone. Okay. He's working it. Miss. Miss. I mean, he's got to be feeling somewhat confident. He hasn't taken that much damage. We are no longer dazzled. We know that. We do have Ghost Touch on this thing, so maybe we would be better off. Yeah, he doesn't resist anything, so maybe we would be better off just stabbing him. Full 13 damage there. I could raise my shield, but instead I think we'll follow it up with a Vitality Lash. Really, you know, get him to focus on us and hate us. Hate us! Alright, but Melee will give him a reason to hate. Here we go. That's a hit. Okay, 4 damage is... not much at all. He'll shoot again. Crits. Okay. Not so hot so. But 21 damage is still pretty good with that Ghost Touch. Yeah, I don't think his crit specialization... Yeah. Okay, that was his second shot. He could take a third one. You never know. He might roll a crit. He didn't. Flishy, can you find a way to end this debacle? Needle Dart. $2d6 mental. Is it it's not immune to mental, is it? No. But its will save is pretty high. Seems unlikely to kill him. But I don't have much else I could do. Alright, we'll use Daze on him. Okay, decent roll. Now his save. Oh, nope, no damage. Fuck. Alright, Wibble, it's all up to your best stratagem ever devised. Fuck. Okay, I don't remember if I have used Accidental Shot today or not, but we're using it. It's the first roll, 15. And the second roll is an 8. Okay, so 15 plus 12 is 27, so that is fine. That's a hit. And no Strategic Strike, which is perfectly fine, because he doesn't take that damage. 14, that is a kill. Nice. Yeah, so again, I mean, that fight would have been a lot different had I kept hammering on the on his Spectral Corruption ability, and I just kept on using that over and over every turn to try and convert all of them to thralls. Which is probably how you should run the fight, maybe. If you're a real DM. You got, you know, balls of steel to do that to your players. But for us, that was a fight. Alright, we're up to 330. I feel like probably I should have been rolling. I don't understand minions exactly. I don't know when they get a turn or not. I don't know how things that affect them based on turns work. I feel like it's probably in the minion rules somewhere. No, not really. But I feel like, shouldn't this be answered at some point? Shouldn't somebody have asked or answered this? Seems like it would come up, right? No, no one has ever asked this. I don't know. Anyways, I don't care. I'll just roll. Let's see what happens. Oh, he rolled a critical fail. That's bad. And then he rolled an 18, so he's back to 2. Then he rolled a 7, so he's back to 3. Then he rolled an 18, he's back to 2. 5, back to 3. And he died. I don't even remember how long that encounter was. Do we think there was that many turns? Probably not, right? So I'm sure we stabilized his ass. And we'll give him the old treat wounds. Always a good time. Oh yeah, I'm stupefied for an hour. There you go, have some health. And we'll use it on Plishy. Failed. We'll use it on myself. Yeah, and this is probably the point where we just kind of sit around for an hour. Because that's no bueno. So we'll retreat back into this room. And wait an hour. Stupefied is gone. We will attempt to heal Hacks again. Failed again. Okay. We actually have quite a lot of heal abilities that I could just use. Okay, and ourself. Okay. Wibble's gonna attempt to use his heal wands. Yeah. Critical success. I don't think that makes any sort of difference. Or trick magic weapon. Nope. So roll 2 action healing. 11 health. And we'll use the other one. I remembered what I needed to do when I rolled that crit, actually. On Wibble. Because I have his gun perpetually one-handed. But it has Fatal Aim D12. So I'm supposed to switch to two-handed grip when I know I'm going to crit, so that so I get an extra D12 and the damage bumps up to D12. That's what I'm supposed to do, and I forgot. Okay, anyways. Let's just move on. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Shelves of dusty bottles and surgical equipment line the walls in this room. Cobwebs and dust hint that this chamber has remained untouched for quite some time. At the center of the room stands a solitary pushcart. Jafaki kept spare parts, alchemical reagents, and tools organized in this room. He hasn't visited this room in decades, so many reagents have spoiled. On a successful DC 15 perception check. It's pretty easy. We barely succeeded. We found a round key that fell behind one of the shelves. It has a round shaft tipped with several teeth of varying length. Okay. And we find some medical supplies. 2 sets of healer's tools, set of expanded healer's tools, and alchemical reagents. Worth 10 gold pieces. Expanded healer's tools. You get a +1 on first aid, treat disease, treat poison, treat wounds. Hell yeah. Guess Lurian will take all of it. Oh no, now he's over encumbered. So no good there. Nice. Okay, that was good. We also have the hallway. A steep staircase descends underneath a footbridge, which crosses this hall at 20 feet above the ground. From this side, the double door to the south is barricaded with several bars of twisted metal scrap and a sturdy wooden shelf. The footbridge's wrought iron railing prevents anyone on it from easily falling off. With a successful DC 20 athletics check, a character can climb up onto or down from the footbridge. Okay, cool. Wait a minute. From this side, the double door... Okay, a steep staircase descends underneath a footbridge. So... walk beneath the bridge. Okay, there you go. That's what I thought. Alright. From this side, the double door to the south is barricaded with several bars of twisted metal scrap and a sturdy wooden shell. Are they talking about this door, or are they talking... I think they're talking about this door. Maybe? Although this doesn't even mention anything about the door. So I don't know what's blocked to me exactly. I guess let's just go a different direction. Easier that way. Grand Concourse. This stately hallway stretches from a single door to the north to a wide exit to the south. Frescoes depicting powerful creatures in battle with each other adorn the walls. Pinpoints of light glimmer in the vaulted ceiling, illuminating the hallway with a pale radiance. Balconies run the length of the hallway, 20 feet above the floor, their low railings rusty and twisted in places. A stone bridge connects the balconies across the hallways to each other, providing access to the tunnels out of the hallway to the east and west from the balcony. Several badly damaged statues decorate the south end of the hall. The vaulted ceiling reaches 20 feet over the balconies and 40 feet over the ground level. DC 20 to climb up or down from the footbridge. Most of the statues at the south end of the hall resemble exceptionally lifelike flesh-warped creatures such as Grotholets, Driders, and Molventox. Come on now. Molventox. All have been toppled and most have been partially eaten. 2 statues remain in reasonable condition, as described in Restoring the Statues below. A mated pair of basilisks has a nest at the south end of the hall. The Sugathis occasionally send a flesh-orb creature to clear them out, or a creature wandering through the area crosses their path. All have thus fall into the basilisk's petrifying gaze. When the heroes arrive, the basilisks lurk amid the statues of their victims. They viciously guard their territory, but don't pursue foes who flee. Okay, well, we could take on the basilisks down there. Or we could just keep going over the bridge. I guess we're taking a meandering route here. I know, we still got the epic music playing. A counter wrapped around the northern and northeastern walls bears a few cracked serving dishes. A dusty and shattered display case features only grime and broken glass. Okay. This room once hosted gladiators looking to compete in the pits, where they fought to eventually become leaders of Belcorra's army. A hero who searches the display case finds the words, "They are watching you," carved into one of its wooden sides. Anyone examining this carving can attempt a DC 20 perception check. Success. They realize that the words are near a hidden hinge, and the entire case swings aside as a secret door. Aha. Boom. I mean, we've got to take the secret door, right? Even though it is somewhat obnoxious to do so. Okay. Bones and dismembered limbs lay scattered throughout this irregular, branching hallway. When neither Belcorra nor Chafkem was present, they activated a deadly trap to protect the hall from intruders. The severed limbs here once belonged to Sugathis, Skulks, and several flesh-warped creatures who tried and failed to contend with the trap over the past several years. The jagged halls contain several blocks of one-way transparent stone, offering a view into the gladiators' quarters. The stone appears opaque from within the rooms and can't be detected. Anyone touching a transparent stone from this side can hear in the room through a permanent clairaudience effect. The 2 secret doors in this branching hall are obvious from this side, leading to 14 and 24. This, yeah. Okay. shuffling scythe blades. Originally intended to keep intruders out of the secret hall, a scythe trap currently interferes with the Sugathis' efforts to explore this area. The 15-foot by 25-foot area where the branching hallways connect contains dozens of pressure plates that trigger the trap when someone moves anywhere in the area. None of the three narrow halls have any pressure plates, though the blades pass through them. The trap lashes out with its blades, then retracts them and moves them around secretly, so the blade's next strikes are hard to predict. Oh, God. It's pretty bad, dude. Blades travel erratically throughout the hallway's branches, out of sight under the floors or behind the walls. For each blade, roll a d4 to determine the region which it next makes scythe strikes. So there's the main intersection, which is this. There's the north branch, which we're in. There's the central hall, which is to the east. And then there's the south branch, which is this way. And it has 7 blades, and they're each going to be active in one of those locations. And it's got plus 20 on the roll. No multiple attack penalty. D12 plus D8 D12 plus 8 damage, and if it crits, which with plus 20 it's gonna fucking crit a lot, it adds an extra D12 onto that. And of course doubles, meaning that you could take 64 damage. That's quite bad. That's really just fucked. Why would they design something like that? Let's pretend Wibble just noticed the trap and we left. I feel bad for actual parties that go through that. That's rough. Okay, moving into a new hallway that's not horrifically trapped. Mounds of white fungus blossom from what was once padded furniture in this small waiting room. Tiny fungal spores drift throughout this room. A hero who succeeds at a DC 22 nature check. Who are we having investigate? Melee's got a plus 10. I guess that's probably where it's at. I don't know. I guess, yeah, Plishy could investigate. He's sort of the new Botha. Yeah, plus 11. Nice. Plishy realizes, actually, he should just auto pass. This is fungus. He's a fungus. If I was the GM, I would just give it to him. The danger the spores pose, and that limiting time in the room to less than a minute provides the safest way to prevent exposure. Which would not include digging in the fucking couch cushions for silver pieces. So I think we're just gonna move on quite quickly. Let's double back and go through this. Weapon racks stand in the northeast and southeast corners of this room. The southeast rack is empty, but the northeast rack holds a hatchet made of dark crystal. 2 alcoves between the racks on the eastern wall each have an open hatch and a ladder leading down. Additional exits lead out to the northwest and south. Gladiators readied themselves for aquatic battles in this room, climbing down the ladders to the shallows in the pool below. The exit to the north leads to a supply closet. The door fell off the hinges decades ago, and a mimic recently took the door's place. Fuck. The weapon rack... Don't give Miyazaki any ideas. The weapon rack with the hatchet is another mimic. That hatchet merely a part of its camouflage. Okay. If the heroes approach this area with great stealth, they might overhear the two mimics murmuring about the flavors of the dungeon's various denizens. If the mimics attack the players, you can use this macro to transform them both at the same time. They will hide the door and weapon rack tiles and reveal the mimic tokens in their place. Yeah, I mean, you know that that's going to happen. I fudged the spike trap, but I think we kind of have to allow that. So I guess, you know, Lurian would go here to grab this hatchet. Okay, so object lesson would occur then as he goes to grab the hatchet. He is automatically stuck by the mimic's adhesive. He gets no save. Then he makes a pseudopod strike against any creature adjacent to the mimic. Okay. So, adhesive, no save. He's grabbed. And it will make a pseudopod attack. Hitting. 14 damage to Lurian. And I didn't repair my shield, because of course not. Alright, so now we can trigger this macro. Nice. And, go for it. It's a low threat encounter. We like those. Easy XP is good for me. Okay, Lurian goes first. Lurian probably... he doesn't really need to escape, though. You can just beat the shit out of this thing. So, let's just strike it. Crit. On a 15. Gotta love that. 20 damage. And it's clumsy 1 until the start of my next turn. But I did see, for adhesive, a weapon that hits the mimic is stuck to the mimic and can be removed with a successful DC 23 athletic check. So, his trident is stuck to the mimic right now. I guess he would try to pull it free. He failed. So he's just going to bunker up with his shield. Plishy. What you got for me, Plishy? Calm could be good. I could see that. Or we could just do a little fear action. Let's do that. They do not have high will saves. They both failed. So they are both going to be frightened 2, which is just a very nice debuff. Then for one action, I guess we'll throw guidance on... let's throw it on Malig so he can crit. Okay, this mimic is going to move forward. And it's going to strike Hex. It's going to fail. It's going to strike Hex. It's going to fail. Yeesh. Alright, melee. Let's target this thing. Plus 14. Plus 15. Boom! Not a crit, though, unfortunately. That would have been nice. yeah, not really that big in general. He will shoot it again. Missing. And then he'll have Hax go. And Hax will attack the thing right in front of him. Missing. And attack the thing right in front of him. Missing. Awesome. Okay, Wibble is gonna target this thing and roll that stratagem. That might still be a hit. It was. 16 damage. There you go. I mean, he did more damage than Malek did this turn. So, you know, there's that. Alright, this Mimic will just pound Lurian. Hitting. I suppose we will raise our shield, because that will do no damage. Then he'll go again. Critting. Ooh, that's no good. That's a shitty crit, at least. And then a third strike just for the fun of it. He's still got him grabbed. So he's not going to leave. Lurian is grabbed and is without a weapon. So, yeah, I mean, I guess he'll make the attempts. Get his weapon back. He failed. He doesn't have much else to do. I mean, he could try and escape, but it's not that big of a deal. So he'll try it again. Fail, and then he'll just fucking raise his shield. Shit. I guess we probably could just hit stuff, right? With pushing. Just to use a good old needle dart. No one's really at risk of dying. It has no benefit of critting? Double damage. Yeah, okay. Double damage. Boom. It's dead. But it says for the adhesive that the adhesive dissolves 1 minute after the Mimic dies. His weapon's still stuck in there. And Lurian is still grabbed, technically. Okay, so that was one action. We'll give guidance to Lurian. Maybe he'll be able to get his weapon out. Mimic, they're pretty dumb, I guess. Critical miss. Miss. Oh, rolled that crit. Damn. Sorry, Hax. 30 damage. That dying 2. Malek will avenge you! Boom! Again, that sweet, sweet, sexy formula. I love it. Only 18 damage, though. Man, he rolls shit. He rolls so poorly. Fucking hell. Look at that. 1, 2, 4, 2. Come on. Miss. Miss. Just ridiculous. Devise a sweet stratagem for us, Wibble. Okay, it's an acceptable stratagem. Look at that! Look at that! 18 damage! He did as much on a normal hit as Malek's fucking crit. Painful. Alright, Lurian is going to attempt to get his weapon out, as usual. So he'll roll that athletics with guidance. That looks to me like a success. So he's got his sword, or his trident. Now I could attack with it. Yeah, Hax probably is not at risk of dying. So I guess we want to... I'll lunge. There we go, we hit. 12 damage. Now my trident's stuck again, so I'll just raise my shield and hope that he comes for me. Plishy will... should I heal Hax? It's not really a big priority. I want to do something cool. I want to do Vampiric Feast. So I'm going to use Tentacular... What? How do you pronounce this now?
Tentacular.
Tentacular. That's how it's pronounced. It's crazy. Alright. Yeah. And then we're going to roll... We're going to do Vampiric Feast. Because we can reach out... 10-foot range. That's 10 feet to my eyes. So, yes, Vampiric Feast. Roll 66. Ho 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 ho. And roll your basic fortitude. You mother... God damn it. Okay. The Mimic is gonna... no, it's not gonna 5-foot step because it's too stupid. So, but Lurian doesn't have a weapon, so it's pointless. Doesn't matter either way. Then it's gonna strike him and miss, and then it's gonna strike him and miss. Yeah, his fight's already over. This guy just doesn't know it. Alright, another crit. On a 16, we like that. That looks better. There you go. Those are numbers. Thank you, Melig. Okay. I guess then Lurian would stabilize Hax. And that would be the end of the fight. Pretty easy 60 XP. Let's cool that music. Okay. What do we got in this room? Shattered jars fill the supply room in the north. Among the debris, the heroes can find a few intact bottles, including a lesser sea touch elixir and a corked glass bottle. Grants you swim speed of 20 feet for 10 minutes. Okay. Hero succeeds at 20 Arcana or Occultism. Well, I guess it would be Occultism. Success. Recognize the runes on its base, which label it as bottled air. Okay, so you can breathe it in, and... Oh, contains a limitless supply of fresh air. You must uncork the bottle with an interact action before you can activate it. Wow, so it's not a consumable. It's worth 320 gold. What the hell? So it's like a, you know, it's what are those called? I thought those had a special term or something. A rebreather. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's a magical rebreather. Breathe in just from a bottle. Yeah, I don't know if that really works how you think it works. I mean, your nose is open. You're just I don't know. Anyways, but I do picture, you know, the like a barbarian just walking around a toxic environment, just like sucking on the mouth of the bottle, you know, like a pacifier. Uh, is it useful to us, or would we rather have 160 gold pieces? I don't know. I mean, yes, we could use it probably in this toxic environment, even though it specifically says that it causes tiny spores to take root under the skin. So you know, the only real thing I see with the bottle there is if we're going underwater. And since this also had the lesser sea touch elixir, it seems to imply, and it mentioned pools of water down there for aquatic battles. So I guess maybe, you know, we're gonna have to get into like the suffocation rules once we get to that and all that. But all right, anyways, let's pass another hour. 3 p.m. now, and let's patch up old Hacks, who is kind of been having a rough go of it. Wait a minute. Don't do that. Well, okay, I succeed 50% of the 55% of the time. I think we'd rather just, or he'll take 3 damage and take no damage. Okay, I don't know. It's tough. At level 6, I'm gonna be grabbing for Lurian Continual Recovery, which changes the downtime for the immunity from an hour to 10 minutes. And then we can really just spam this shit without... I mean, we could spam this shit now and, like, no one's gonna stop me. But I won't feel as bad. How's our staff doing? We have any of that left? We got 2 charges left. Let's just do some of that. Yep. Okay. 10 health from that. Do it again. Roll healing. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Nice. 12 more healing. It's pretty good. Okay. That still leaves the issue of Hacks, though. I guess we'll just kind of drag him along for now. There's a locked door here. Doesn't seem to mention the locked door, so... Doesn't seem to mention locked door. Alright. Do we think we just bust it open, or... Maybe it's locked from the other end? How are you just gonna not tell me? We'll assume it's locked from this end and we just open it. Seems to be plausible enough. Okay, the floor of this room contains several open square pits, one in each of the 3 alcoves to the north and 2 larger pits in the middle of the room. A dais at the room's west end contains a stone throne, with 2 rusty levers jutting from the floor next to it. Oh god, hydras below. Jeez, they really chucked everything into this place. The 2 levers correspond to the 2 pits. Each lever, once released, supports on a false stone trapdoor, dropping anyone standing on it into the water 55 feet below an area FO4. Okay, so they're just open pits, yeah. Pits in the alcoves never had trapdoors. They simply drop into the water below and were used to dispose of multiple creatures in quick succession. The pits are narrow enough that a medium creature falling into any of them can grab an edge automatically. To climb these pits, a hero must make a DC 20 athletics check. That's pretty easy, all things considered. Jafaki trapped 2 Gipta's bounders in this room. His efforts to mutate or train them proved entirely ineffective, so he's given up on them for the time being. The Gipta's bounders attack intruders, but they don't coordinate their tactics. They're smart enough to avoid the pits, and a Giptas reduced to fewer than 40 hit points starts trying to shove opponents into the pit with its bouncing slam. A hero who falls into a pit and fails to grab an edge lands in area FO4, awakening the hydras there and potentially getting into a very tough fight. If a Giptas falls into the pit, it briefly fights with the hydra under the water, biting off a head and cauterizing the stump with its acidic saliva before the hydra's other heads rip it to pieces. The heroes see only roiling water, followed by a cloud of green blood and pieces of Giptas' corpse floating to the surface. Alright. Let's hope none of that happens, because that sounds pretty bad. Also, Lurian is apparently still grabbed. And that's probably worn off as well, so that's good. We'll do this. Get a little scout action going. Raise a shield. And roll them bones. This is a moderate encounter with 2 of them, so they're probably fairly tough. Decently tough. We got a Giptas going first. Let's take a look at them. Level 5. They've got Jaws, Deadly D12. They do persistent acid damage with their jaws and their spit. Also has Bouncing Slam. Leaps towards a medium or smaller creature, landing in the creature's space and shoving the creature. If the shove fails, the Giptas bounces out of the target square to an adjacent square. Also has Pinning Chomp. Their last action was a Bouncing Slam, and they successfully shove the target. They can then attempt to trip the target, then make a jaw strike against the target. Oh boy. Okay, I see a combo here, I suppose. We'll go with this. So it's going to start by spitting at... Okay, it missed. Then it's going to Bouncing Slam. But you can't shove it. There's no space. So maybe we'll hold off on that and he'll just spit. There you go. A lot of numbers and shit. Oh, it also has Splash. All creatures within 5 feet of the target, including the target, take the listed splash damage. On a failure, the target of the attack still takes splash damage. Ah, that's good to know, because I didn't do that. So what's the splash damage? 3. Okay, so he should actually have taken double then, because the first one missed. And then, yeah, just free damage to everybody. You gotta love that. Okay, and then it may as well spit again, because even if it fails... But if it critically fails... There's nothing. Okay, nothing. Alright. Also, I should begin the encounter. Alright. Wibble. Wibble will wait. Okay. So the other one, I don't know, are we counting that as a line of sight? Range 30? Does pass through that corner, so maybe not. So maybe it would go up here. There you go. Alright, and then it'll do a spit from here. Critical miss is nothing. And a miss is 3 damage. We will just lower his health. Also, I should fucking repair my shield sometime that I keep forgetting about. Alright, Lurian. I guess he'll move up here. Now, I could shove. But you have to have a hand free. And actually shoving from here would just move him here. So nothing good comes of that. So we will just stab. Hit. Not a whole lot of damage. And then I will raise my shield, which will certainly get broken pretty soon. Wibble is going to move up here. Okay, done with the persistent. He's going to target this, and he's going to devise a stratagem. It's going to be a good one. Oh, so close to a crit. It's probably a miss, but I wouldn't know normally. So I guess we'd give it a shot. Hey, a hit. Barely. God damn it. The odds of that are quite slim, by the way. If you don't know, rolling 2d8 and 2d6 and rolling 1s on all of them. What are the odds of that? Now we have to go find out. Let's just let's just make it even easier. Let's just say 4d6. What are the odds that all of them come up once? Okay, 0.0772%, or 1 in 1,296. That's certainly nowhere near as crazy as our other debacle of bad luck we had. And if these were all d8s instead, okay, 1 in 4,096. So it bumps up quite a bit for d8s. So we're somewhere in between there, you know, 1 in a couple thousand. Just doesn't feel good, you know. It kind of just it's the opposite of fun, is what it is. Okay, Melee's gonna move up here. He's going to make this guy his prey. And then he's going to fire at his prey. And he's going to hit his prey. Will he also roll all ones? No, he did not. But he didn't roll that great. Damage is quite low here. Fleshy, what do you got? I think this is a good time to use Calm. Yeah, it's a 10-foot burst. We'll target this one. Damn. Crit success. Unaffected entirely. We tried. Okay, this one. When it's reduced to 40, it's going to try and shove. So right now, it's not really interested in that. Well, when it's reduced to 40, it tries to shove them into the pit. But I guess for right now, yeah, it's just going to try and go ham on Lurian. Yeah, he may as well use his shield block, even though I think it's bad news. Yep, his shield is busted. Fuck. Miss. Critical miss. Okay, the other one is probably pretty happy where it's at. So it's going to target melee with some spits. And it will hit. So that's 7 damage to melee. Then 1 damage to everyone there. Then that was its first spit. Yep, so it's going to spit again. Miss. So that is still... Well, no, I did 3 last time, but it's actually a 1d6. So I have to just roll 1d6. Okay, it's 1. Yeah, just do 1. Okay, and then a +4. A miss. Also a 1. Okay, not too bad. So Lurian could potentially put away his shield now. Well, really, you can just drop stuff, right? Oh no, the shield is strapped to his arm. So he can't just drop the shield. He could drop his trident, but otherwise he has to spend an action. And it would actually be 2 actions. Oh, no. So he could spend an action to unstrap the shield and then a free action to drop the shield. As far as I'm understanding. So, but the, you know, what I could try to do is reposition, which is an attack, unfortunately. The athletics against fortitude. Well, I was going to say reposition and then shove it, but really, I could just skip the shove, and we could move here and then reposition it into the pit. puts Lurian at some risk, but okay, let's do it that way. Just because it's kind of fun. We will interact to unstrap our shield, drop said shield as a free action. Our second action is going to be to 5-foot step here, and then our third action is going to be to reposition. And I rolled a 2. So the target can move me up to 5 feet as though it successfully repositioned you. I think you already know what that means. And it's not good. So we're going to have to... We're going to have to grab an edge. The climb DC seems to be 20, so for all of the pits. So we're going to have to do a acrobatics check or reflex save. We got +7 or +9. I guess we're going to do +9. We have less than good odds of making this. We made it. So we've grabbed onto the edge. But that was my third action, so I'm hanging onto the edge right now. That's not good. I assume that someone could just pull me up. Probably. I don't know why that wouldn't be allowed. But again, you know, and like I said, most RPGs, I wouldn't even question it. If someone says, oh, I run over there and I pull him up, it's like, okay, fine. Whereas here, it's like, hold on, let me Google and look at forums and Reddit threads and look at rules and see if there's some way that I need to adjudicate this properly based on the rulings. And that's why I just don't know if I'd ever actually run this. Like, if I'd ever run Pathfinder at a table. Like, there's just... For the type of games that I would like to play as in an RPG context, there's just more fun games. You know? I can't even find... I can't even find anyone that has mentioned this. It's ridiculous. So it must just not exist as an option. Per the rules, you cannot help someone up off of a cliff edge. That's fun. I don't know. I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb. I think Wibble should be able to just go here and help Lurian up. And if I wanted to adjudicate it somehow, it's an action. So if I was running Pathfinder at a table and this situation came up and I did decide to make it some sort of a roll, I guess, Wibble would have to do like an aid check, and then that would grant Lurian an extra action to do like a free athletics check to climb up. That's if I had to adjudicate it with a roll. But really, I'd just be like, yeah, sure, Lurian, you're back up. Because that's Wibble spending like 2 actions of his turn and moving out of a good position to do so. So now Wibble will just move back. So I feel like, especially if a player gives up their whole turn just to do that, it's like, for fuck's sake, just let it succeed and don't worry about it. Okay, Malag is going to continue to shoot. Hit. Okay. These things do have quite a bit of health. He'll shoot again. Crit! No precision damage, but still. 24 damage is nice. Very good. And then he'll take another shot, just for the hell of it. And critically miss. Bushy. Now, killing off this this weakened one before you can shove Lurian in is probably the correct thing to do. So I'm going to move here, and we're going to use Vampiric Feast. It's going to work. It's going to work great. 6d6. Not so hot. But he's going to roll. He's going to get a 4, so he takes the full damage. He is dead. The death effect immediately kills them. Well, that's cool. Oh, because it's a death spell. If it reduces you to 0, it immediately kills you. Wow. Awesome. Not that it matters for most enemies, but there you go. I gain temporary hit points equal to half the void damage the target took. So Plishy gets 8 temp. Nice. Okay. I mean, he could just keep spitting. It's sort of working. If we follow the small amount of tactical info that we've been provided, which is that once they're reduced to 40, they start shoving them into the pits. I guess he'll just keep going here. Spit. Hit. So that's 2 damage. No. 4 damage. No. 2. No. Yes. And then 2 damage more and 2 to Splishy. Splishy. Not Splishy. Okay. Second spit is another hit. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. That's more than 6 splash damage. How could you do this to Plishy? Well, that's what that temp is for, I suppose. It all worked out. Lurian's been... He's been eating it. Okay, and a +4 for good measure. He crit! Oh my god! Oh no! Is Lurian gonna go down? Takes 12 more from the crit. He is dying, and that's not good. That's not good at all. Technically, he would take the 4 splash damage, wouldn't he? Or would that all occur at once? I think it would all occur at once, so it would be very unfair of me to then tick him to dying 3 because of that. But Plishy takes the 4. Wow. 2 hits and a crit on that. Spit. No wonder he's going to sit back there and do that. Alright, so Lurian moves there. No, he's not at dying 3. No, none of that is correct. He doesn't get a turn yet. Okay, Wibble. What are we going to do? Oh, we're probably just going to sue them. Plishy's going to sue them. So the rest of us will keep playing the game. A 4. Not good. I know I don't have accidental shot. We have tinctures, I suppose. But, meh. Meh, meh. I'm just gonna move, like, over here. Get away from the splash. Melee is going to mark him as prey. And then we're going to do a big shot right here. And it's going to miss. And then we're going to do another shot, which is a crit. Excellent. We like to see that. Man, decent. 32 damage. And he is immobilized now, but I don't think he cares too much. We'll slap that on him, though. Okay, Plishy. We are going to use second rank Soothe. Yeah, that does count. 19 health. Good. Yep, it's got to tick a lot of things over. And then Plishy will move back here. Okay. So now Lurian gets to go. He's going to stand. Boy. Do we think he's still taking this? He must be, right? So I could chug a potion. One of these is 2d8 plus 5. Or I could attempt battle wounds. Battle medic on myself. Which will really only heal me for probably 2d8. Alright. I'm just going to spend an action to draw this potion, and then my third action to use it. Okay, better. Giptus goes. Hold on, Lurian has to take his 4 damage and critically fail his bullshit check. Would it care that it's stuck? Yeah, I think it would. It's a dumb creature. It's gonna try and just rip itself out of that. So it has to do a, yeah, DC 10 athletics. Obviously passes. So now it's no longer immobilized. He's still not below 40. I don't know if that's a hard limit. It would certainly be beneficial to him right now to stomp on Lurian and shove him into the pit. But as it is, I think it just keeps spitting. It's been working so well for it. It's going to spit on Wibble over there. He doesn't like him looking shifty. He failed. And he hit. Okay. 7 damage. 1d6 persistent acid. And 2 splash damage. Alright. Wibble's going to counter by coming up with the best stratagem we've seen to date. A 5. Maybe? Yeah, no. 22. Okay, I tried. He takes 4 damage. And he rolls a 1 for his recovery. Okay. Melee will shoot. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing enough to, like... Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about gravity weapon. So that's something I keep forgetting. Let's just put it on. Because it's one action, why wouldn't you? And then we'll do our +9 attack. And also miss. Okay. And don't forget about gravity weapon. Okay, Plishit, you've got to have something that's like revealing light. We could dazzle his ass. That's probably not a bad idea. We're definitely heading back to town after this, so let's dazzle his ass. Actually, he's gonna get a turn soon. If we could calm him. Then he would just skip his turn. Now, you say 19, but we all know what you mean, because that's a failure. You rolled an 8, plus 11, 19, save and throw, DC 21. I don't know why this fucking thing is broken. Unless there's something I'm missing. Oh, because it's incapacitation. But no, that shouldn't matter. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that could be it. Any creature of more than twice the spell's rank. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I fucked up that other time we used it then. It was correct. Well, then Calm is definitely way worse. Because of that. That is really quite brutal, but I mean, I get it. I understand why they put that in there. So that means we would have had to heighten it to 3rd rank. In which case, that would have worked. But we didn't. But that is something to keep in mind. That is kind of stuff that you want at the highest level. But then dizzying color is also not very good. Because that's always going to be the case. Unless I also... Okay. Yeah, damn this game and its non-stop balance. Well, at least he gets a -1. Okay, Lurian is going to... Boy, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Okay. We could try the reposition tactic again. That worked out well last time. Fuck it, just because it's funny. Let's give it a shot. Hey! We succeeded! We get to move him. We get to move him 5 feet. Up to 5 feet. Must remain within your reach during this movement. Okay. Move him there. Now, I assume he gets to grab an edge. But does he have hands? Oh, I don't know, folks. I may have to rule a no on that. If you ain't got hands, what are you going to grab an edge with? See, your requirement includes the word hands. So, you know, I feel like you're fucked. Right? Am I wrong? Does anyone want to challenge this concept? No, I think that's it. I think that's it. 0. Dead. Is that a really cheap way to finish the fight? Yeah. Is that what every single person did playing Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah. So, there you have it. And it's a tactic that's been used in RPGs since the dawn of Dungeons and Dragons. So, yeah, it's nice to finally utilize it here, I guess. Okay, that was the encounter. Another 80 XP for everybody. And the stone throne contains a secret compartment in the back. Let's roll a DC 18 perception. We got it. So we find the compartment and its contents. A climbing bolt. When the bolt strikes a solid surface, the twine unwinds and enlarges into a 50-foot long rope, securely fastened to the surface the bolt struck. The rope can be pulled free with an interact action and a successful DC 20 athletics check. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly pretty useful for most campaigns you're going to play, but not this one. Dragon Turtle Scale is a talisman affixed to armor. You have to be an expert in athletics. When you activate it, for 1 minute, you gain a swim speed equal to half your land speed. Alright, we'll affix it to Lurian's armor, just because you never know. And we get 31 gold pieces. Okay. Good. So, we are almost halfway to 6. Doing alright. I would say with realizing again the incapacitation effects, which I should have already known. I may end up changing some spells on Plishy. I mean, we don't really have to. It's a sorcerer, so you can just cast Force Barrage 4 times and not worry about it. Or Sting, or Soothe 4 times. It's just 3rd rank. I don't know. Maybe it would be better to throw Calm onto 3rd rank instead of Soothe. I still think Fear is pretty good at 3rd rank. Up to 5 creatures, it's not an incapacitate, and Frighten 2 is pretty damn nice. All checks and DCs lowered by 2. Not bad. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, again, this is not the most optimal group. We already know that. I definitely made decisions that were not optimal, but we're doing okay. So, yeah, I'm going to end it here. We'll rest up, rejuvenate, and then I think next time, really, though, we should go back to level 4 and deal with Volok. Because until I do, technically that Gauntlet event is supposed to happen again, so I'm kind of fudging things by not doing it. But once we kill him, then we don't have to worry about fudging it. He is a real son of a bitch, and I'm not looking forward to fighting him again. But yeah, we really should deal with that. For now, though, my name is Mang. This has been Pathfinder 2nd Edition Abomination Vaults. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.